Okay guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about rebate and tax and calculating the final price of an item. So what we're going to start off with is rebates, which we kind of already looked at in one video. So let's say we have an item that's regular price is $48. And we're getting a rebate of 20%, which means we're getting 20% off. So we calculate the rebate by basically going, all right, well, I have $48 and I get 20% off. So if I go 48 and multiply that by 20%, I will get $9.60. So that's all you really need to do to sort of figure out the rebate. Okay, you can also go 48 times 0.2 as a decimal, or 0.20 as a decimal, and that'll also give you $9.6. Or even if you want, you can go and take 48 and multiply it by 20 over 100. So if I go and take 48 and multiply that by 20 over 100, I'll end up with a number that's still like a fraction that corresponds to 9.60. So all these, this is how I find the rebate. But then if I want to figure out the final price, because this just told me how much money I save, if I want to figure out the final price, I have to take my $48 and subtract the $9.60 from it to figure out what my final price is, which in the end will give me $38.40. So you can also sort of do it another way, do it in one shot, which is I can go and say, all right, I can calculate the price of what's being paid. So that's an option I have. I can calculate the price of what's being paid. So if I take off 20%, I'm only paying 80%. So if, let's say, 100% of my item costs $48. So full price is 48, and I'm saving $20. So if I subtract 100 from 20, I'll get 80%. So really, for my $48 item, I only have to pay 80%. So if I multiply 48 by 80%, or by 0.8, or by 48 by 80 over 100, it'll give me in one shot the same thing. I'll get $38.40. This is how I end up calculating rebate. This is how I calculate getting money back. And we all like rebates. Everyone likes getting money back. You go shopping, you find 20% off or 30% off, you're like, this is a really good deal. What we all don't like is tax. We all have to pay it eventually. So if we have an item where a regular price is $56 and the tax is 8%, how do I calculate what the tax is? Well, I can do the same thing that I did before. If I go 56 and multiply that by 8%, what I'll end up with is my tax is $4.48. Same thing if I take 56 and multiply it by 0.08, because it's 8%, not 80%, I'll get $4.48. Or if I take 56 and multiply it by 8 over 100, I'll get $4.48. So no matter what, how you decide to do it, you still come out with the same thing. Okay, so I've already figured out my tax. But now again, I need to figure out what my final price is. So what's my final price? Well, I have to go and see, like, alright, well, my item cost me $56, and there's a $4.48 tax. So I have to add those two together, and that is going to give me how much my item costs with tax. Now, the same as we could with the rebate, we can also calculate the final price another way. We can calculate the percentage of the regular price actually being paid. So if I paid full price for this item, so if I paid full price for my $56 item, I'm paying 100%. But on top of paying the full price for the item, I'm also paying an 8% tax. So if I add those two together, I come out with 108%. So I mean, my full price of the item is $56, my tax is 8%, so the full price is 100% of the price, and the 8% is the extra that I'm paying. So if I were to go and take my $56 and multiply that by 108%, I would end up with $60.48. So it's just another way that you can go and figure out, the price of an item. It's the same thing. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. So this is more of a real life application, because what's going to happen is you guys go shopping, you go to the movies, see 20% off, 50% off, depending on how much tax is. You may want something, you may not want something, and it's important that you guys know where your money goes and how to save it. So this is sort of what you can do if you want to calculate what the tax is or how much money you're saving. So I hope this video helps you guys with your studying, and that's it. I'll see you guys in class, and take care.